Hey guys, I'm gonna do a quick little run through. Actually, well, it's probably gonna be a little bit, but I'm gonna try and make a game in like a half hour to an hour of just kind of derping around. It's I actually wanted to make like a fishy game. I mean, literally fishy game. If you've not played it or heard of it, you basically start in a pond. You're a small, tiny fish, and you have to eat fish smaller than you to eventually dominate the ecosystem. So like, let's start a new project here. I'm that one kid who still uses XNA because whatever. Fishy game, fishky game, fish, fishy game. Okay, enough. There we go. Fishy game. Okay, so first off, let's make a basic fishy. Let's go to paint. Open a paint, and we'll resize. We'll make something. Oh, we don't need this. We need horizontal like 100 or now you gotta start big. So 250, 250, not 259, 250, and go down to 100. So yeah, that's a good size for a fish. Now let's make a fish. Fish. There is him. I gotta spread that out just a little bit. It's gotta take up most of the rectangle. Still want it to stay kind of thin though. And then we'll make another rectangle for the tail. And we'll kind of like, oh, I don't like that entirely. There we go. Good connector for there. It's there. Needs a little more curve to that. Jeez. I don't use paint a whole lot. And I don't usually make a whole lot of assets, so that should do it. Let's kind of fill it in a little bit. I'm going to make this in grayscale so we can use XNA to color it. It's all you need a lot. So kind of just fill it all in black first. Pencil tool. Paint it black, guys. Just remember to paint it black. Okay. Make a nice little oval inside of this oval. There we go. We'll fill this rectangle in. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Create another rectangle that kind of hits the other one. It looks fair. Okay, so that outlines kind of a fish. Kind of, you can color it. Let's give it an eye or something. Eh, that's a bad eye. I don't like it. But I have like a thin eye. No, that's like. Oh, I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna do something kind of racist. So, fishy eye. You know what? I don't care. It's a fish. It doesn't have to look fancy. You know what? We'll call this good for right now. And it is X and A, so we do have to take magenta if we want to make it transparent. So 255. No, that's not what I wanted, is it? Yeah, 255, 255. Take this and color the rest of the background. So here we go. We can save and documents. 2010 projects. Fishy game. Fishy game. Fishy game content. Fishy. Okay, so now we have fishy. Now let's go back into where we just had that. Go into our documents, or yes, I have Visual Studio 2010 projects, fishy game, fishy game, fishy game content. Drag fishy into here. There we go. Now we have fishy. Now let's make a variable. Texture 2D fishy. Now we will do our load content. So fishy equals content dot load texture 2D at fishy. There we go. So we have that loaded. Now let's test that it works. So let's do a sprite batch dot begin. Oops, forgot the thing. There we go. And a sprite batch dot end. In between those, we can do sprite batch dot draw fishy a new rectangle 0, 0, 250, 100. Color dot green. So we can play this. It'll compile itself. A fast will have to scan it because that's how things work. The fast it scans things first every time. It's good antivirus. I'm not going to force it onto you because it's video about programming. What am I talking about? Okay, but usually it doesn't take very long. Hey, a fish. Kind of a horrible fish, but it's a fish. It's official. Okay. Back to work. Let's create a new class to do like fish swimming across the screen. That's the basics. Left and right. So let's add a class. We'll call these other fish. Now we have to add our using statements. So using Microsoft.xna.framework Microsoft.xna.framework.graphics. That's for if we want to have a draw method. So let's start off with what kind of variables we need. We need a vector2 position. We need a float speed. Let's do sprite effects direction. And bool left. Okay, so we also probably need a random. So we'll do like random rand and something to go around with that. So like int Or no, it needs to be a float value or something. No, it doesn't. It needs to be a double. Something like that. I don't know. Here's int randint, like they called it in Python. Randint. Yes. Okay. Um, let's get it. Constructor. Oh yes. Oh, for fish we also need a. How can I forget? Texture 2D. Um, just call this texture. Okay, so public other fish, and then we do. Let's say public. Um, first we need texture. We need to get the texture. So texture 2D. Sorry for the pause. Text. This'll work. How do I want to manage these fish? For right now, we'll just go with that. So texture equals texture. Now we can have a public update. No, public void updates game time. Then let's say if left position minus equals speed. So if you're going to the left, then you subtract position. Actually, this is position.x. So position min equals speed. If not left, then you want to add speed to position.x. Now let's set some default positions or default default position for this at the moment. So new vector 2, and we'll say negative 100. So back 100 pixels from the left, and on the Y, we'll put 200. And the speed equals 2, yeah, it's a little fast, 0.75f. So this is, actually, you know what, I kind of have to add, we'll say this is a single fish. This is not multiple fish, this is a single fish. That means we don't have to do this. These aren't, we'll have like a enemy fish manager class or something like that to randomize all of these and keep track of them. Something that's static and kind of has an array of them. So public void draw. We have to pass in the sprite batch so that we can draw stuff. And then we'll say sprite batch dot draw. We need the texture, so we have the texture. And next we need the rectangle. Oh, I forgot to do the rectangle. Wow. Rectangle rect. Get wrecked. Okay. We probably should also have a size, and that'll int size. So we'll do some multiplication on the rectangle. Size. Okay. So now I need that. Oops. Toolbox. I don't need you, toolbox. Okay. this dot size equals size. On update, we need to say rect equals a new rectangle, and we'll say this is int position dot x, int position dot y, 10 times size. Actually, you know what, we'll do 5 times size for width. Now, 10 and 5. What's the ratio? So it's 25 times size. 2.5f times size. Well, it's an int, so we'll just kind of like put it in parentheses, do the calculation, and then cast it to an int. So there we have that, and then we'll do another same thing. Only this time we'll do one times size, and this will end up being an int anyways because it's just that to begin with. 2.5 to 1. That finishes off the rectangle. So now we can just pass in rect color dot white. Okay, now let's make another fishy. Other fish. Other fish. There we go. Just for testing purposes. Let's say other fish equals new other fish. We put in fishy. 3 is the size. Now we do other fish dot update. Game time. Other fish dot draw. Oops, sprite hash. Let's try it. Now he should kind of creep in there. Oop, he's kind of there. You can't see him. Moving across the middle of the screen. There we go. Kind of make the size bigger because that might have been a bit small in terms of it would have been like 8 pixels by 6 pixels, so we'll do like a 15 size. Nope, not 115. 25. So it'll be size. There we go. Fishy that comes across the screen. Whew, okay, so now that we have that, we should create another class that handles putting them in different places. To start with that, we need to pass in a couple other things. So we need a vector2 position. Where else do we need? We need left. Bool left. This dot left equals left. And we just need position equals position. Okay, so let's test this out again by calling in, let's put in a new vector2. We'll put in on the x a negative 300, 100, and then we have false. So that means it's going right. Where's this? Oh, did I miss something? Yeah, no, that should work. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's not gonna render. It's just gonna go to. So let's do graphics device dot width. No, it's dot viewport dot width plus 100. Should come from the right side this time. Could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Well, you know what? I'll just draw in the center of the screen somewhere. So 100, 100. Went the wrong way. Oh, it's going right. Duh. So if I put this to true, it should go the other way, right? Maybe? No? Yay, it's going backwards. Okay. Something else I forgot. We do have sprite effects direction. So if left, then we should have direction equals sprite effects dot flip horizontally, and then direction equals sprite effects dot none. And now we have to update the draw statement. Okay, so null, and then we have color, and then we have 0.0f for rotation, vector to origin, vector 2.0, and then we have vector to scale, 1.0f, then we have direction, this is where direction comes in, and then we have 1.0f. Let's try this again. No build errors. Beautiful. That should work. There we go. So it flips the other direction when it moves. Okay, so we have our other fish class almost completed, I'd say. I think the last thing we need is a color indicator. So um, and we'll also do the same thing here. Color, color. This dot color equals color. Instead of color dot white, we pass in color. Color dot red. Play this, and there we go, 2 fishies. Okay, let's tackle our next class. So we'll add a class. We'll call this Fish Manager. Again, we have to, I'm just going to copy these over instead of typing them out, just for ease. Okay, so we have those. And now we have to have list of other fish. So actually, you know what? I'm going to make this class static so it can be used anywhere. Same here. Make this static. Static list other fish. Fish equals new list other fish. There we go. So that's dynamic. It'll expand and contract depending on if we eat a fish or if we get a game over. Okay, so let's get next. So let's say we want a public static void add fish. Other fish, no, sorry, fish dot add new, actually, I'm gonna put it inside first, new other fish, texture 2D fish, and we'll just use that as a filler for right now, because, oh, wow, well, I'll just call this T-fish, 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 T-fish. Pass in int size, position, left, and color. So none of those actually exist right now except for T-fish. T-fish object is required, yeah. Oh yeah, I probably have to make this static, don't I? Static. There we go. So in size, and then we have vector2 position, bool left, oh well, oops, bool left, and color. And that creates a fish. And these fish should be able to swim past each other with ease. They won't, like, collide with each other. There's no collisions yet, so even once we add collisions with the player, there shouldn't be any interference between the two fish, all the other fish. Whew. Okay, so actually, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna have this be static. It's a lot of stuff to mess with. Okay. So also to include the constructor, fish manager, texture 2D text, fish equals text. Let's also pass in an int max fish. Int max fish. Max fish equals max fish. There we go. So I'll also have an elapsed value so that we can kind of add fish at an elapsed in intervals. Add fish so you don't like pop out like 20 fish at once. Okay, so float elapsed. Public void updates. Game time. And this time we'll actually use the game time. So we'll start with elapsed equals float game time dot elapsed game time dot total seconds. Sorry, plus equals. We don't. Yeah, it'd be kind of weird. You end up with a small number all the time. So first, let's say I'll say a random int random number. If elapsed is greater than, you know what, first I'll generate a quick random number, or nah, I'll fix that if I need to. Right now we'll just spawn fish every like second or second and a half. So if elapsed is greater than or equal to 1.246f. Then we'll say elapsed equals 0. Add fish. Int size. Rand. Oh yeah, we'll calculate this all based on one random, something along those lines. Random number equals rand dot next. The minimum should be in like, no, I think it's, well, 4, and the max value should be like 50. Random size. Int left. I'm gonna do that just, well, I'll use a ternary. Okay, random size. So this is our random size. Left equals. Take this. Put that there. Left equals. Rand dot next. 1. I can't remember. I think 1 is inclusive, but I don't remember exactly which one that is. We'll say is greater than 3. And then we do a question mark. True. False. Random size. If left vector 2 position. Position dot x equals graphics device dot Can't get the viewport. I'd need to pass it in otherwise. So let's set something now. We'll go 768. Oh wait, no. 1024 is a good number. 1024, good resolution. So quickly, while I'm thinking about it, I'll do graphics device dot preferred. No, it's graphics dot preferred back buffer width equals 1024. Graphics dot preferred back buffer height equals 768. Graphics dot apply changes. There we go. Go back over here. Just so we can get 1024 plus size times 2. Then else dot x equals negative 100 minus there we go. Wow. Oops. Position left color dot white. No errors? Okay, now let's create a class for this. We'll do oh, I already did. Other fish, other fish. No, I didn't. Okay. Fish manager. Fish. Fish equals new fish manager. Fishy. And then our max fish, which doesn't really matter at this point, 25. Now this should just create from 0. So every fish, actually, no, let's assign a quick y value to everything. Position dot y equals 300. So every fish will start about 300 pixels down, and will either be from the left or from the right, and will move past each other at random intervals. Oh, I should probably update and draw them. So game 1. For each fish, other fish, fish in, oh wow, my fish in fish dot, oh yeah, I gotta make it public, fish manager. You kidding me? I'll just make this capital. this. Dot draw. Sprite batch. Every 1 second, a fish should appear from the side of the screen at some point. And I might have mixed some stuff up and accidentally did some dumb things, but let's hope I didn't mess up. Oh, and nothing's appearing. Nothing's appearing. Probably got the left and right things mixed up. If left. For debugging purposes, I'll do this dot window dot title equals fish dot count. Dot toString. And I don't think it's gonna let me. Well, we'll try first. It might give me an error. So there's 0 fish. It hasn't spawned any yet. We're waiting, and nothing happens. So it's obviously not spawning any fish. So we'll go into our fish manager. I'm not even updating the fish manager. That's probably a thing. Fish manager dot update game time play. There we go. At least I did something wrong. Not entirely sure why I'm getting an error, but I am. So, random size. There we go. Rand is null. Oh, yeah. Equals new random. There we go. Hey, a fish spawned. They're all spawning from the same place. Oh, there's some other fish. They're all the same color, and they are mostly spawning from the same side, meaning I probably did something wrong. But they are all spawning pretty nicely, so I'd say they're small fish, big fish. And they are spawning pretty generously. So, let's say if it's greater than 4. Let's see if this changes everything, or anything. I'm hoping it'll be more balanced from the sides. Got a school of fish there. Big school fish. Yeah, but they appear to be moving at good speeds too, so let's go out and spread these fish out just a little bit. Rand dot next. We'll do between 20 and our height is 768, so 768. No, we can't do that though, because we'll do it after this. So we can check for size. 20 and 768 minus size times random size times 2. Okay, so that should give us a good position. Let's test out. So, good 1-2 fish spawn. See? Coming from all over the place here. It seems like an unfair number are spawning from one direction, though, so I think it's inclusive in from the bottom number, so if that makes any sense. Well, let's see. If it's coming from the left to the right, then yeah, it's coming from the left, so it'd be false. So it's being greater than 2 most of the... It's being less than 2 most of the time? This should do it, I guess, I thought, but... Yeah, I think this is more fair. Do I have something for speed yet? I don't have anything for speed. Mwahaha. Okay, so yeah, let's implement a speed now. So we'll do float speed. This dot speed equals speed. So constructor that takes 5 arguments. Let's delete this. We don't need this anymore. Go back into here, and then we can do speed. So this means float speed needs to go here. We also need float randoms. Well, it's going to be more of an int times by a weird float that I'll do. Random speed. So there we have a random size, random speed. We'll do random speed equals ran.next. We'll do... Oh, well, this gets fancy. Let's do a double to the thing. Okay. Random double random speed, because I think you can do randoms. Dot next. Dot next double. There we go. Times 1.12. Float. We'll cast it to a float. So this can actually be a float again. There we go. Okay, so I'm not really sure why this is happening. To be honest, I didn't mess with it. Oh, other fish. Yeah, that's just another fish. It doesn't exist. So I don't even need to draw it either. So, I can take it out. I just kind of deleted it. Okay, so now we have a bunch of fish from different directions at different speeds. Looks like a nice pond ecosystem to me. Now, while I'm here, I will do a new, and I will resize pixels. I don't need to maintain aspect ratio. We'll do a 1024 by 768 image. And for simplicity, I'm just going to take a big brush with big size, draw a big thing, make it a little more smooth. Actually, you know what? This will represent the seafloor bottom. There's, ooh! Ooh! I don't like that. Let's try the brush again. Maybe I missed this. There we go. Now let's fill it. Not sure, but it creates a little bit of a white line there. I'll just brush over that again. Pain in the neck. I am not an artist here. I am more of just a programmer. So bear with me if I don't make something entirely cool. I'll leave the project here so you guys can check this out if you'd like. So, I mean, whatever. If you want to make it more fancy and stuff, or add to it, or make it a mono game project like I'm too lazy to do, go right ahead. Okay, so we have our C4 bottom. Let's add a nice color here, light blue-ish thing. There we go. Yay. Now for some effect, we'll add a seaweed. Now oh, I guess I can't copy it. So I guess I'm gonna just draw another one. Okay, so draw a third strand here. This will probably be the last strand for me. Okay, it looks like a fair piece of seaweed. I'll draw another one here. That's a fair piece of seaweed. This one will include four strands. For the lols, actually, you know what? I'll go even farther and be like, freak it, I'm going fiver. Okay, so there, we have a very, very basic C4. Now let's save as, we'll put it in documents. You know what, I'll just save it as C. Okay, go in documents. C. Wow, oops. Forgot to stop it first. C. Hold on while I do weird stuff. C. Texture 2D. C. C equals content dot load. Texture 2D at C. Yes, we're doing this whole project at C. Wow, 56 minutes. Didn't think this would take this long, but keep going. More stuff. So, C dot draw. Actually, gotta do it after the sprite batch up again. Sprite batch. Oops, wrong sprite batch. Dot draw. C. New rectangle. 0, 0, 1024, 768. Color dot white. Let's hit the play button. Bam! Cool C. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Yeah, so nice little fishy game here. I'm gonna stop here. We're getting close to an hour. If you guys like it, put a like. I'll try and continue it if you like. I won't work on it any farther, and yeah.